What's going on, everyone? I'm Jay the Black. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. I appreciate y'all tuning in. I want to talk about Amber Rose. I saw that it was via media takeout, so take it for what it's worth. Apparently, Amber Rose is done dating black men due to her most recent relationship. That was very interesting to me because Amber Rose has dated Caucasian men before. If that's where she's going, which we all know, if this is the case and she's done dating black men, that is the direction she would go. But she's dated white men before. She dated MGK. She also, I believe, dated the guy from Dancing with the Stars. That was her dance partner. I believe they briefly dated. So it's not like she's been saving herself just for black men. I mean, she has dated outside of, I say outside because she's half black. She's dated non-melanated men before. So this whole thing about her now dating outside of her race is funny to me because, she's one half, she's dating one half of herself. But anyway, this is the rhetoric that a lot of melanated women or women with some melanin, they always put this out here when they have failed relationships with black men. When they have failed relationships with black men, they go the route of, I'm going to get somebody white, and they always make this proclamation, but they're never called coons and sellouts. They're never called out their name. They're not shamed talking about, your father's black. They get praised for it. They get a lot of praise from a lot of these mentally unstable heifers. And you got to ask yourself, how come there's this double standard, right? Because here you have a bunch of women who are offended by the passport bros. All you got to do is go to TikTok and type in passport bros, and you'll see all these videos from all these women. All these melanated women. Oh, you're going to get those foreign women from those third world countries. And why do you care? Because the men who are going to these said countries are not the men that you would want, right? So why would you care that these men are going to foreign countries? Why would that even be on your radar? It's on your radar is because black women or melanated women, melanated women in general, they have this fear of being undesirable. But they did that to themselves. They made themselves undesirable. Black men did not make black women undesirable. They did it to themselves. And what's crazy is that they truly did bash us. They drug us through the mud. They did. They would go on these television shows and they would talk about how nobody wants them and black men are this and black men are that. They did this for decades. They did this with the help of the white liberal media. And only recently, over the last 10 years, have a lot of melanated men have been able to respond. I don't know why this is jarring. I mean, we have video documentation of you being very disgusting about us in the media, in movies and television shows. It's all there. Deeply embedded in culture now is to talk about how bad of a mate black men are. But see, the thing about melanated women who praise black women for dating outside of their race is that these women never find that love. You see, when you try to force it and you make these proclamations and you talk about how you're divesting and you never divest, it is because of who you are. No man of any race is going to want you if you are a disgusting person. Yeah, they'll sleep with you. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of white men out here sleeping with black women, but they're not going on dates with them. They're not taking them home to meet their parents. You're just you're a screw buddy. That's all you're going to ever be to these guys. And this is the reality. This is why these women get on social media complaining about black men, because they know that their options are limited. And again, it's not because people just don't like black women is because a lot of these women are masculine. A lot of these women have kids. A lot of these women are undateable. They did that to themselves. Now, are there black women that are dating outside their race? Yes, they are. But there are those who are very envious that black men can date outside their race. They can go overseas, and they're willing to take those risks. Black women take no risks. They go for what's easy, right? This is why they date men who are broke, because it comes easy. You can control him by paying all the bills and having him live in your house. And then you wonder why when you date outside your race that relationship doesn't really work out, because that man from that other race is not going to let you treat him the same way these black men do. Because those guys from Caucasian men or whoever, they come from a more patriarchal family where a father leads the household. They're not used to women telling them what to do. And a lot of these black women have been raised wrong. And in the case of Amber Rose is a very screwed up woman. Amber Rose was a scripper when she was a teenager. Amber Rose is the type of person who never takes any accountability for why her relationships don't work. It's funny how the quickest relationships that Amber Rose has ever had was with non-black men. When I believe she may or may not have, I believe she did briefly may have dated the European guy from Dancing with the Stars. That relationship, didn't last very long. She dated MGK. That didn't work. That relationship didn't last very long. Her longest relationships was always with black men. Those were her longest relationships. And if it's true that she talking about dating out, she's done it before and it never worked. That's why she always ended up dating black men. There are women like Amber who begrudgingly date black men because they have no options. They put all their eggs in a basket of dating white men, and that doesn't work because you're a horrible person and people can sense it. You have this sense of horribleness that men can see. Not every man is a simp that's willing to deal with you no matter what. And the thing is this, men, especially American men, are traveling outside of the country. It's funny how nobody has a problem with Caucasian men traveling outside the country for women. Even white women don't say anything. But you black women get on here and you run your mouths about men traveling overseas. These are men you don't want. These are men that you rejected. Why would you care where they're going? If there were a bunch of black women traveling overseas, I would not care. Find somebody for you. Getting online and being miserable is not going to help your dating life. And if Amber Rose thinks that by dating out, that's going to fix that, it's not. Those men are going to cheat on you and dump you as well. They've already done it. No matter who Amber Rose is with, because again, she is the queen of the slur walk. So if you're somebody that promotes slurrism, why do you want to be in monogamous relationships? That's what's funny to me. You got women who talk about being free and embracing feminism and talking about how women should do what they want. You do these slur walks, right, to embrace your inner slur, but then you want to be in a monogamous relationship. That's not going to work. You want traditionalism when it suits your ego, when it suits your feelings. I think a lot of these women would prefer one-sided relationships where they can have a man outside a relationship, but their spouse can't. That's how these women are, especially if you're getting with women who look better. I think Amber Rose is a miserable human being, and it doesn't matter who she's with. I don't think it matters who Amber Rose is with. Amber Rose is going to always be in these streets. She's always going to be single again. Amber Rose was the hot chick years ago, right around the time she left Kanye and got with Wiz. That has come and gone. Because now she has these 2 kids. She's with a guy that doesn't find her appealing. She claims he cheated on her 12 times. Probably more than that. He doesn't deal with her anymore. He's dealing with Cher, a 76-year-old woman, right? That has to hurt. And it's a white woman. You know, so I could see Amber Rose putting this out here because she's hurt that her ex AE ain't coming back. He's with Cher. He's living his best life. You know what I'm saying, with Cher while she's at home with the kids. See, that's the life you chose, Amber. You should have been able to. You should have upgraded after you left Kanye. I'm not saying that Wiz wasn't, but that didn't work out. You had a kid with Wiz. You thought you was gonna have a family with him. Now look at you. Your value has gone low so much that ain't nobody really checking for her. That's why she had to date AE. You don't think she wanted to be with a rapper? No rappers were checking for her like that. So she had to settle for AE. And now AE don't even want her. So let us know in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Like this video and share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And I'll see y'all next one.